The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, go Cowboys! This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, and Newy Scruggs.
Players Lounge, here we are. It's the show where the former players give you their opinions on things they are seeing. Barry Church, Danny McCray, they play for the Cowboys in safety position, both men undrafted. I'm merely Newy Scruggs. We got 45 minutes to talk some Cowboys football. The Cowboys are warming up on the field right now against the Chargers in Costa Mesa. That's Orange County, California. I'm sure that's one of the places you've been before. You played a little golf over there, Pelican Hill,
I've
probably.
been over there a couple times.
Pelican Hill, over there,
I've been over
Newport
there.
Beach, a nice little golf
I've been
course,
known
man.
to hang out over in Newport Beach a little bit. You know, it's a nice area.
Oh, you've been
Very
known
nice
to hang out
area.
a lot of places.
That's a good place
with
to be.
Danny McCray. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it
I
twisted.
ain't gonna lie, that's a nice place to hang. It's where Lee Steinberg had his offices, and when the whole Jerry Maguire movie was based off a little place over there near Newport Beach. So what they're showing right now is the individual portion. If you're watching NFL Network, so can you explain to some of our fans what they mean by the individual portion part of practice?
Individual, you know.
No, hold on, let me go, because first is special teams.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
The first thing you did, especially when I was here and Joe DeCamillis was here,
he ran that.
We would go out before the rest of the team, only the special teams unit, and we would go out there and do our punt return, do all that stuff. Then we would come back in.
Yeah, I remember them. Yeah,
and then get warm, and then we would go back out again, and then Barry Church and them would do their.
Oh no! I was with you on them things. Now I was with you on them early special teams practice. Joe DeCamillis talking about kick, and your boy. I was on punt protection. So you know, Danny, he was over there in the gunners and the wings. They releasing and doing all that non-physical stuff. I'm over here taking on defensive ends before practice starts as a punt protector.
Okay.
Anyways, after the special teams is done, then you get into your individual, and that's where you go with your either position specific coaches. You know, safeties go with the safeties coach, corners would go with Al Harris and them boys, and they would work on individual stuff that pertains specifically to that position. So safeties would be working on our, deep third drops, cover two drops, coming down in there, cover three drops, getting into the box, working run fits with the linebackers sometimes as well. Corners, they would get their man-to-man looks, their off looks, their zone looks, get a couple passes thrown to them, get their hands ready, feet ready, until we start getting into the 7-on-7 and team portions. But to me, individual, I always had coaches that they wore the hell out of you on individual. I mean, Daddy, you could attest to that. Both of the coaches we had with Henderson, Baker, all those boys, Campo, Maxey, they had you worn out before practice even started.
But I know the great ones, the ones that we had that we considered to be good. Mm-hmm. The reason they would do that is because a lot of times you will go out there individual and it's like you're just now getting warm and you're not able to plan break and go as fast as you're going to have to be going to make the play that you need to play.
That's true.
Once you get into 7-on-7 the individual, right? So all of a sudden, if you like Dan Campbell says, I'm sorry, I got to go back to training camp. To Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
If you wait until 7-on-7 to get loose, then you already lost. Yeah. Like you already lost the period, and that's how we go back to talking about we don't know if the tempo has been right for practice based off how many penalties we're getting in the games. Mm-hmm. Our guys out of position because the tempo of practice isn't up to where it should be in order for you to really replicate that game-like speed.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Mike McCarthy today said the Cowboys are scripted for 74 plays each day in this joint practice.
Wait, 74 in the team periods?
It just says 74 plays.
Ooh,
that's what Michael Gelkin.
That's a thick practice right there. That's a thick one.
Trayvon Diggs and Tyron Smith are going to be working today.
Okay.
Will Greer, who was dealing with a groin and didn't play in the Denver preseason game, he is expected to play.
Let's
go. You got Anthony Barr also expected to practice today because he has been on the ramp up, they call it, and then they're saying he was going to be limited to individual drills. So Anthony Barr, the linebacker, limited to individual drills today. Now, hopefully, and I see NFL Network is out here broadcasting this right now. I got to go check DallasCowboys.com. I don't know if we're streaming it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know they did it last with the Broncos.
Right. So that was the craziest thing. So the Cowboys, DallasCowboys.com, get to stream it. I'm up there with my local station. They're like, yeah, maybe shut the thing off at the individual. I look at you like, no, that's it. Now, fans are sitting up here, 7,000. They just film it, put it on out there.
Yep.
But they're sitting here looking at us. And the thing about it, which I laugh at with organizations and coaches, like Do you really think we are going to be the difference in you losing the game? Hey, man, turned on Channel 5. And then 20 seconds knew he had a video up. I saw 3 plays that we decided to put. We know what they're going to run. Guys, expect this on Sunday because in this 20 seconds of video on Channel 5, I'm like, we are not out here helping it. Because if we were, you'd have known it.
First of all, you already know how this coaching staff is coming based off that blue and white scrimmage they had a couple years ago where they was zoomed in on the sideline. You can see everything except the field.
Exactly.
and they had people paying out there. They would broadcast, hey, man, make sure you go tune in to the channel. And it was really just watching the broadcast for the whole time. So you already know.
No numbers.
No numbers.
Yes, you know how this coaching staff is coming.
And what was the record? What was the record? I mean,
I would have been hiding mine too.
At the end of the day, I understand people want to look to the media and say, okay, we got to hide. There's no secrets. You guys watch film. You guys go play the game. I've just never seen any coach try and sell to me, because I've had a couple try to sell it to me, even in college, that us being out here filming a practice was going to be the difference in somebody winning and losing a game. That the other coach, from somebody from Philadelphia happened to get a satellite feed of my broadcast, my sportscast, and based on that, saw something that helped them win the game.
I can tell you now, in my 9-year career, no coach has ever come into the meeting room. All right, now we saw this on NBC. All right, they're gonna do this trick play here. We saw this over here. I've never seen it in my life.
No.
Don't even have time to go look at that stuff. All the film that they breaking down, all the real film that they're watching, they ain't got time to go watch what clip you may have seen.
If you look behind Newey right here, you'll see, hey, this tight end.
Up in 12. He ran a.
Heck, nah, they ain't doing that.
Now, there's one coach, and I'm going to name it, but one coach tried to justify why he, hey, we're going to limit what you see, was that he gets into town on Saturday and watches the other coaches' show, and that he saw something one time, boom, wrote it down and ran it again based off watching one of the coaches' shows. And I just kind of laughed because I'm like, the coaches' shows are shot by the team.
Exactly.
You
got the Mike McCarthy show.
You are wasting our time when we go out to practice and we have to go. The scout team is running something that they saw on NBC.
Yeah. You
like if we're practicing for that, then
you lost.
Our focus is already on that we lost.
So, and I say that because I don't know what's going to happen today. Because since you're at the Chargers facility, it's the Chargers rules. Mm-hmm. So the Chargers may say after individual period, everybody's got to turn the cameras off. That's what they did in Denver. Except for the grace of the DallasCowboys.com, you got to see it.
You got to see it all.
Which we just kind of laughed at because I'm sitting there. We spent all this money to go on up here to Denver. And I'm like, okay, I got dudes running around this individual drill. That was all we got. And then we got Dak afterwards. We got Neville Gallimore. Then we got Russell Wilson with the 20 billion cliche. Let's ride. So hopefully your number one goal is health out of this, correct?
Yeah, you got to have your health coming out of this. I mean, I would assume they're not doing no Dan
Campbell. What's the number?
Then
you tell me what's the number one goal.
No, I would do it.
I would assume they're not doing a Dan Campbell style and going live. I would assume they're not doing that. Maybe a thud up.
Okay.
So it got to be health coming out of here, right?
Listen, the number one goal is always health. So that's kind of like cliche to me. The number one goal is to for us as our team is to figure out how we can get the best combination of offensive linemen out there to go into week one.
Specifically swing tackle.
Right now, I believe that is probably one of the parts of our team that worries me the most. You got that, and then you got kicker.
Yeah,
that, you got kicker, right?
Yeah.
Our offensive line, we need to figure out how to get back to those dominant days. Now, like you said, we drafted a first-round guy, supposed to play tackle, now he's playing guard. We need to figure out how to get him some game-type reps along with the rest of our offensive line. Get Tyron Smith in there to make sure his body is ready to go to get some real game-time reps. So when we get into the regular season, we're ready to go.
So does the whole offensive line worry both of you guys, or is it just specifically what are we going to do when Tyron Smith has to miss a couple games?
Well, Zach doesn't worry.
Yeah, Zach, he's going to hold it down.
Everybody else worries me.
Right side's fine.
I would say that too. I would say T Steele and Martin on that right side.
Right side, I'm good with.
Center to the left side, though. You know, that's going to be an issue.
I want to see Terrence Steele get back to where he was at last year when I was raving about him while Leo Collins was out. That's where I want to see him get back to. Mm-hmm. Right now, the only person that I'm not worried about, which I don't think any of us are, is Zach Martin.
He gonna hold it.
All right?
He gonna hold it.
For whatever we say about Terrence Steele, he's not played a full season at the right tackle spot. Yeah. All right, so we're not sure. He's gotten better each and every year, but we need to see him get into the regular season and pick up where he left off before he was interrupted by being moved over to the left tackle.
Okay.
Now, Tyler Smith and Tyron Smith over there on the left side, we're just not sure if Tyron's going to be healthy.
So we know he's going to miss like three, at least 3 or 4.
Tyler's playing a totally different position in the National Football League.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so the Allen Ball experiment was a challenge because he went out there at left tackle.
Oh,
you mean Josh Ball?
I mean, sorry, Josh Ball.
Yeah. Bring it back.
Shout out to AV, you know.
So
got the young rookie, but he's dealing with injuries right now. You're talking about Matt Walesko, so
it's something that worries me.
Yeah,
it was something that worries me, and because I was on with Keyshawn and his radio show, Keyshawn and Jay Will and Max Kellerman yesterday on ESPN, and they were trying to talk about all this stuff. I was like, bro, it's the offensive line is your biggest issue right now. I said, and to me, I think that may keep you from winning the division, especially when Philadelphia's got a better offensive line right now in terms of the more intact. But this is we've got to ask those legitimate questions, and I tried to ask Joe Philbin this at camp. What are you going to do when Tyron misses games? Who is your swing tackle? You know, if all of a sudden there's a high ankle sprain for a Terrence Steele, guys get hurt in this game.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? And this will be key today for Mr. Ball. What do you do? Matt Walesko's not going to have the shoulder surgery. Right now he was the first backup left tackle to Tyron. So then he got hurt. So then they put Ball over there. So we'll see. We'll see. But you got to be worried. And then for Tyler Smith, the rookie, 2 penalties in the game. You could say one was iffy, but had done it before. And it's one thing when you got Tyron right here, the guy with experience, but to pick 2 guys out there without experience, without game experience, that's going to be a challenge, man. Yeah. I mean, you guys play defense. If this was presented to you on game day, what would the coordinator say? If he looks up and says, man, I got a rookie and I got another guy who's in his second year but didn't play his first year, are you licking your chops defensively?
Without a doubt.
It's blitzes to cause confusion.
Games,
stunts. And when you line up in a 4-man, you're telling D-Law and you're telling Michael Parsons or whoever you got out there at that point, you say, hey, man, line up on these guys and beat them because they don't deserve to be out here with you. These are new guys. Introduce them to the NFL. They have not proven anything. So, yes, those guys will be licking their chops.
I mean, you're talking about your best, like you said, your best defender, rusher, whoever the case may be. You're running all types of stunts, ETs, making them confused out there. Okay. I mean, you got to do whatever you can to expose that side. Because if you got 2 unexperienced guys, like you're saying, I mean, they're not going to be knowing how to pass off an ET stunt between a defensive tackle and a defensive end. Like, it's going to be stuff that's going to be hard for them to pick up. And that basically pares down your offensive playbook. Because you at that point, it's going to be hard to do the 5-step drops, to get a lot of long developing routes out there if you're consistently under pressure.
So you should run it then.
You should.
Yes, you should run it. You should.
So you should run the ball then.
So Max Kellerman comes at me. He's like, he's got his whole Dak thing. Max not a Cowboy
at all.
Can he be a franchise guy? He's making $40 million. That's my question about it. I said, Max, I hear you. But you need to talk about this offensive line. What do you have to work with? Because if they have to run out there and only have 2 dudes that are starting, it could be a problem. Mm-hmm. And then I just kind of hit on a point we talked about on this show. Can Dak Prescott, outside of CeeDee Lamb, make another receiver? The way Tony Romo did a Laurent Robinson, the way he did a Miles Austin.
He should be able to.
The way Aaron Rodgers did with Lazard and St. Brown, all these guys. That to me, that's the essence of when you look at a quarterback. Can you go this next level? Can you take some dudes that are okay and make them good?
That's when you become that elite guy. That's when you step into that elite, type category. Because right now you're talking about, in my opinion at least, CeeDee Lamb is the only, qualified, bona fide receiver out there. Him and maybe Dalton Schultz.
No. This is the truth right now.
So
on the other side right now.
I'm gonna go opposite of y'all on this one because I believe
I
believe that there was something to it. When last year I'm watching, I'm saying, why is Noah Brown catching these passes? And then we go into training camp and we see the guy continuing to make those plays. When you talk about Allen Lazard or Valdez Scantling, that when we were talking about the Green Bay Packers, we were like, who is he going to throw it to? Now these guys are semi-household names. You're like, that people are dependent on these people to get up there and play. Now, Noah Brown is doing everything he's supposed to do. When he got in the game last season, he maximized his opportunity and made plays.
Now, what's Aaron Rodgers doing right now?
He telling those guys that you dropped the ball. Yeah, but Alan Lazard is now where? With Kansas City?
Nah, he's still there.
I mean, who is Valdez Scantling?
Yeah, he got a nice deal.
So he got a deal. So he made a guy. We all looked at like, I'm not picking that dude on my fantasy team. And all of a sudden, you was like, I probably should pick up Valdez Scantling because he's making plays. I think Noah Brown can be that.
You think this offense can be as productive as it was last year?
That's not what I said. You said, can he make a player? Can he get a guy outside of CeeDee Lamb
can you get
to be
Noah Brown to be Gallup?
No, because we're going to have Gallup. We can get Noah Brown to be Noah Brown, though. We can get him to get in there and be a guy.
Though? That's what they
I think if you got Michael Gallup, you got Schultz, and you have CeeDee Lamb, I think what you get from Noah Brown is all you
But you're not going to have Gallup until maybe week 5.
It's okay. That's not that bad. We got 17 weeks.
And these are the great questions, the great unknowns about this season.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that you're like,
And Tony Pollard, too. They talking about running him out there receiver.
Right? Look, they have to. They have to. Because right now, and you guys played in the preseason, so it's easy for someone like me to just make a snap judgment. But what we saw from Tolbert in Houston against Denver didn't make me feel real good.
No.
It reminded me of all Oxnard, looking good in Oxnard,
Houston,
California. Looking good right outside the Marriott on them practice fields.
Yeah.
Go out here to Denver Mile High.
And it wasn't like you was going against they top tier defenders either.
No.
You was going against the second and thirds.
Well, you already said Cooper Rush didn't play that well.
And he
That's
did.
not like he had a guy out there to be throwing the ball.
Or an offensive line.
Offensive line.
Here we go.
Shout out to Houston, man. I like Houston. What do you had? 1 for 18 or something like that?
1 for 18.
It was
a nice round. And he was open on the other one as well.
So I actually liked what Houston was doing for his first action out there as an NFL
If I'm
pro.
Tampa Bay, I'm looking at it, I'm licking my chop.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sending everybody in the kitchen sink after Dak Prescott and that left side, and I'm locking up. I'm saying, I want you to beat me one-on-one out here.
Good point here on right here on our feed for the Players Lounge. He said he helped Dak helped Cedric Wilson get a second contract.
He did.
Yes.
He gonna help Noah too.
Yes, he did. And this is what we're talking about. That's when you make this kind of money, which means you're devoting more to the court. That's less for everybody else. You're going to have to go and take some guys and make them better. And you talk about Cedric Wilson, what, 6th-round draft pick out of Boise State, ended up. So, yeah. But this is – got to do it again.
Don't overlook that he made Dalton Schultz better, too, all right? Because all the chips were in the bag on Blake Jarwin.
Yeah.
And he went down, and everybody's like, oh, my God, what are we going to do? And not –
I already apologized to Schultz. I was like, you know what? He played his game.
I mean, his first try at it, though, it was a little rough. So we all came back that week and was
Coached
like, we're not
him
sure. And they coached him up, and now he's on a franchise tag. You have to worry if you're going to give him a long-term deal or not.
Okay. So you know what we're seeing? We're seeing progress.
So Dak is making guys better.
And it's got to keep going. More so than ever.
I will say this, though. When he made those guys, there was also more options on the outside.
Okay.
Like Schultz had
there was an Amari Cooper, there was a CeeDee Lamb.
He had more options.
Yes.
That was Amari Cooper sometime.
But defense is still winning.
I was gonna say act like the dude was playing the whole
He didn't ball crazy, but defenses were still giving attention to him.
You sound like manager.
No, I'm saying not available.
You sound like manager.
Was he available for the whole season?
I'm just saying. You sound like. I'm just saying, Danny. You sound like manager.
Ain't trying to hear all that.
Was he out there the whole time?
Did I say you were wrong? I'm just saying. You sound just like manager.
My point is, when Amari Cooper was not out there,
you still had Gallup. You still had CeeDee Lamb.
Dalton Schultz production did not drop off.
You still had Ced Wilson, Gallup, and CeeDee Lamb.
But we still gonna have Gallup and we still gonna have CeeDee Lamb.
All right.
When are we gonna have Gallup?
You said we 5, bro. 17 weeks in the season. He'll be back.
Okay.
What if 5? We gonna see.
Britt Brown, Jim Bauer, G Money. They gonna get Gallup.
They'll get it right. All right.
Let's hit a break. Pre-show question was asked. What do we make of Dak and CeeDee Lamb being ranked as the 7th best duo in the NFL? Let's dive into that. Danny McCray, Barry Church, New East Scruggs. This is the Players Lounge on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Might be a little too high.
With Smoothie King's original Angel Food and new Angel Food Slim without added sugar, you no longer have to choose between treating yourself and hitting your goals this summer. You don't have to choose between great taste and feeling great. Because at Smoothie King, every blend is made with whole fruits and no syrups, so you can satisfy your cravings without compromise. The only choice you will need to make is which one is best for you. Try our classic Angel Food or the new Angel Food Slim, blended without added sugar. Smoothie King, rule the day.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a broken traffic light. Stop and go is the name of my game. It's easy. You go, they go. Or was it, they go, you go? And if you have the wrong car insurance, these repair costs could stop you in your tracks. So get Allstate's new low auto rate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Not available in every state based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Attention Cowboys fans looking for the best shave of your life. There's a new official razor of the Dallas Cowboys, Shave Logic. Imagine not having to buy blades as often and getting more smooth shaves than your old razor, guaranteed or your money back. After more than 10 years of research and over 150 company patents, ShaveLogic is proud to offer Cowboys fans a special offer. For a limited time, visit ShaveLogic.com and get a free $10 gift card with your purchase. Go to ShaveLogic.com now for more smooth shaves guaranteed.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way. Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Watch the Cowboys practice during training camp at the Star, presented by American Airlines. Open practices will take place for back-to-back nights at Ford Center at the Star in Frisco. Join the Cowboys night on Tuesday, August 23rd, starting at 4 p.m., and open practice is going to be Wednesday, August 24th at 6 p.m. For information, visit thestarinfrisco.com, and let me just give you a pro tip. Come early. Parking, fill up here fast, and if you don't get here early, get your parking spot, you're going to be parking and walking. And it's a little bit hot to be walking right about now. Because it's hot.
You ain't lying.
I know it's cooled off a little bit, but it is hot out there. Cowboys are in San Clemente, I should say Costa Mesa right now in Orange County, California. Still doing, as we can tell right here on NFL Network, still doing some individual drills here as they get ready to line up with the Chargers for 2 days of practice, and then there'll be a preseason game on Saturday night. And basically, look, if you're looking for starter Saturday night, don't. This is going to be the work. For 2 days of practice, you're using your starters, and they're going to use that as a preseason game for Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. Speaking of Dak Prescott, Church, you had a pretty interesting list you saw.
Yeah, I saw it on NFL Network. They had a top 10, or NFL.com, yeah. They had the top 10 pass-catching quarterback duos out there. Okay. They had all the top 10 guys out there.
Craziness from Church coming.
I don't know, man.
Look,
all I'm saying, the list looked good. I'm saying the list looked good. Can I go? Do you want me to go down the list? I'm going to go down the side. Number 10, Jameis Winston, Michael Thomas. Okay, we'll see how they glow together. You know, Michael Thomas, he's coming back from injury.
Say, how many games have they played
together? They haven't played much.
Yeah, I don't understand.
But we all know Jameis Winston going to let that thing go. We all know he's going to let it go. So we'll see how they go. Number 9, Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. Solid. We'll see how they get to go this year because what's the name will be out for the first 6 games. Hopkins will be out for the first 6 games.
Which is why I think that's too high.
Study clause in there.
You ain't right. Number 8, my boy Herbert, Keenan Allen. Solid duo right there. Number 7 comes in Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. We'll see what you guys think about that. Number 6, Tom Brady, Mike Evans. Number 5, Mahomes, Kelsey. That should be higher in my opinion. 4, Carr and Devontae Adams. We know they didn't play together in the league, but we know they played together at Fresno State. Their whole college career put up massive numbers. 3, Stafford and Cooper Kupp. Solid duo. 2, Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. Number 1, Danny's boy Burrow and
Chase.
his college boy Jamar Chase.
Okay. I got no problem with number one.
Yeah, that's a solid number one.
Okay.
I give you that.
That's going to keep some folks up at night.
Yeah, they do the thing.
But to me, number two has to be Stafford to Cup. These dudes played 1 year together, went out there, won a Super Bowl, won the game.
Triple crown.
And Cup had the triple crown. Like, that's
And I'm, it's one of those things, and you guys know, when you're in the building, it's a different thing. I was there at the Super Bowl. They won the game. And you're just sitting there watching. It's like, oh my gosh, it's to him again. It's to him. I mean, they playing pitch and catch and just stop it. And the Cincinnati Bengals couldn't stop it. That's 1 year.
Yeah.
What do they do in year two? You guys know about continuity.
That's yeah.
I think whoever made this list has in their mind that game with Kansas City versus Buffalo when Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes went crazy
back and forth,
and Buffalo ended up losing in overtime, right? Essentially because he didn't get the ball back. I think they got that memory in their mind of Stephon Diggs going crazy for Josh Allen, but they're wrong.
So you would switch out two and three?
Cup
Okay.
got the triple crown. Bro,
ring.
You got it, triple crown. He was the best receiver.
What else do you want from a guy?
All the other receivers get hurt. He's still out there. Everybody knows exactly who the ball is going to, and Cooper Kupp is still driving you crazy.
So was that the only one y'all would change in this list?
Well, to me, that's just the most egregious.
Okay, I got
because
you.
I'm saying, Odell Beckham goes down during the game. In the fourth, they couldn't run the ball either. So it was just really clear. It's these two guys. They're doing this. They win a ring. He wins a triple crown.
Yeah, he went off. I give it to him.
So why would you say outside of Burrow to Chase? And that's just, we
know what that is.
Okay,
about.
we know what that's about right there.
That's wild.
I mean, I'm sorry. That to me, that's not, that doesn't, okay, it doesn't make sense.
Listen, how is Jameis Winston and Michael Thomas on here? And whatever you think about Kirk, whatever you think
That's what I'm about
him,
to say. That's what I'm about to say.
This makes absolutely no sense that you couldn't put him and Justin or him and Thielen on there.
Him and Justin, they need to be on there.
Make a decision of which one you want to put on there, but either one should go against Jameis Winston, go above Jameis Winston and Michael Thomas.
I would put Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson. I put him at 5. I put him above Tom Brady and Mike Evans.
I'll put him definitely above CD and Dak.
Without a doubt.
This is proven.
No. I was just going to say, Mike Evans and Tom Brady, I don't know if I put them above there because at least to me, winning a Super Bowl together, I think matters.
Okay.
And Mike Evans was a big part of that. And I can't remember where I was reading it, but they were putting up, and maybe it was his agent, Derek Gilmore, who had it, but Mike Evans has put up Hall of Fame numbers in his career. You start looking at it, and it was one of those things, I was like, And then you go back to when he played with Manziel. But, Mike Evans has been a really good player for a long time.
He's the only receiver that go over 1,000 yards in each of his 8 seasons.
I believe the problem is he plays in Tampa Bay. If you put him with the Cowboys, the kind of, you put him on a play where and Tom Brady helps, right?
All the time,
Tom Brady helps, but you spend a bulk of the career, with Jameis Winston, and they had the up and down years. But this guy's a really good football player.
Yeah, I put him. The only thing I got a problem with this list, I'd have Kirk Cousins and them up there. Because
it should be.
Justin Jefferson, 3,000 yards in his first 2 seasons. Somebody's throwing him the football.
Man, I'm looking at the list, and I'm just looking at number 10. I don't understand this. I'm gonna put Russell Wilson and Cortland Sutton above Jameis Winston and Michael Thomas.
That's right.
I'm just saying, I don't understand number 10. I don't understand.
Number 10 is all that's bad.
I don't understand number 10.
And this is where fantasy football, I will say this, helps you as a broadcaster. I had Jefferson last year. The guy was sensational.
Yeah, same here.
Just right down 25 points a game almost. I mean, the guy was sensational. And as much as we criticize Kirk Cousins for not winning, from a statistical standpoint, this guy's good on a fantasy team.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
He gonna put. That's the guy you wait on to draft because so many people. I don't know about Kirk Cousins. Well, next thing 7th round, I'll take Kirk Cousins, and next thing you know, the guy's putting up 2 a game.
Should I take Justin Jefferson with my first pick?
What number?
We haven't decided that yet. If I'm after 12 teams in the league, if I'm in the middle, if I'm 7, 8, 9.
Look,
but I have to say that I'm keeping them before we get to the draft. I can't be like, I want to keep Justin Jefferson.
I would keep him
because I got to give up my first round pick for him.
Would you keep Devontae Adams
for a first?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Depending on where you're picking it.
That's my thing right now.
If you the first pick, nah.
All right, because here's my thought process. Look who the coordinator is.
McDaniels. So yeah, he gonna feed him that rock.
He's gonna eat. I mean, they're gonna run the ball. And he gonna throw it to him.
I just feel like I don't want Renfro eating into his stats or Darren Waller eating into his stats. So
he ain't gonna have the same stats as he had in Green Bay.
Yeah, Green Bay, he was a bona fide. Let me get a tub, 100 in the tub.
I mean, I'll say this. I'm reading that book on the Patriots. It's better to be feared. And what McDaniels did with Brady and Moss, you got that kind of guy. When Daniels had the ability to dial this thing up for a real baller, they set the league record for points and went undefeated. So you take two guys who know each other and want to get together. If they're, and I'm not out there, but I'm imagining they've gone to him and said, "Hey, this is what we can do." And Josh is a smart guy. They're going to dial up some stuff. So yeah, I'd be looking at him saying, "Okay, I want a piece of that." I'm sitting at 5 in my draft, and I'm looking at Jamar Chase. I'm saying, do I do it here? I mean, first off, I would take Chase over Mixon.
Yeah.
Even though the traditional person, you should take Joe Mixon at 5. I'm like, do you know what this dude has got to do in year 2? Hey, now I know what I'm doing. Now I know what I'm doing. Now I've got. It's like Micah Parsons. People forget these guys didn't play. They would. I mean, who goes to the league cold and becomes an offensive and defensive rookie? You guys play. Your body doesn't really. Your body doesn't really get it. You don't really know. Now you know. Whole offseason.
Game slows down for you.
And they was both healthy, which is the best part about it. They are going to be available every week except the bye week.
How crazy is this? Jefferson was number 2 at LSU.
The number 2.
That's that. I mean. Man.
Abundance of riches down there.
Terrence Marshall, they had some guys.
Yeah, they were stacked. Clyde Edwards was down there. Like, they were stacked.
Guys that wasn't even playing at that time. Jamar Chase doesn't play, and Terrence Marshall goes absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
He had Dave Aranda coordinated the defense. What did Ed Ogeron do? What did you really do?
Down the Hyde messed that one up.
Hey, guys.
They got head coaching jobs, bro.
Guys, we got practice at 3:30. Everybody be there. Okay. Coordinator. I mean, you went out here diagramming play. Coordinators go.
They got head coaching jobs.
Who was the coordinator for that? Was that Brady? Was that Joe Brady?
It was him and the guy from
Dave Aranda at Baylor.
No, Joe Brady. No. He was like co-offensive coordinator with. I forget the other guy's name.
He got exposed,
but he got the credit. I mean, Carolina ain't nothing to get exposed for.
I'm just saying.
Out there playing with Sam Darnold, about to get a job taken by Baker Mayfield, who just got there.
Hey, gotta make lemons out of lemonade, man.
I know. You can't have those weapons everywhere you go. I know. I understand.
Look, it helps when you got good players out there. They had a lot of good players at LSU off that team right there, and they're thriving in the league. So I'm a big fan. And look, we get to see the combination week 2, by the way. So the reason I bring it up, we get to see the combination. You're going to
not like happy about it.
Yeah, because I don't know what they're gonna do with Chase.
I'll say this: this will be a great opportunity to see what you got. It'll be a great opportunity for the first 2 weeks of the year. All right, Dan Quinn, what's in the bag?
What you got?
I've asked players already. I asked Brown. I asked Dak. I asked. Who else did I ask? I asked Neville Gallup. I've asked several people. Micah, what you got coming up here, man? The first 2 games, they're all excited about it.
That's real.
I mean, this roster is crazy. I mean, the lineup here is, you're talking about 8 Pro Bowl quarterbacks they're facing this year, 6 quarterbacks who started Super Bowl, 3 guys who've won MVPs. This is a legit schedule. Yeah. This is what you get when you play a first place schedule. And for the people that want to write Mike McCarthy off, if Mike McCarthy gets through this thing and goes to the playoffs, you want to tell me how you fire the guy? He
got to make. He's got to make a substantial run.
He just got to get there. Because we don't know how the rest of the division is going to be.
He got to
you can mess around and have the division, can mess around and be weak. And
like it was last year.
We tiptoe into the playoffs.
It's interesting. People say the division was weak, but you had another team from the division make the playoffs in Philadelphia. They ended up coming on at the end of the year, and I think they'll be better this year.
Yeah, I'm saying this year it could be weak.
And so this is what I said on ESPN Radio. I said how they lose will be a factor. If you go out there and you get beat and it's like Sean Payton and the Saints where the refs just blew a call, it matters. Now you go out here and you get drilled 45-10, the way you lose matters. When Romo and company went up there to Seattle, they ended up losing the game. It was on a bad snap. People were disappointed, but at the same time they didn't feel bad. Like, oh my gosh, this team is terrible. Get rid of everybody. When you lost the game in Green Bay, when you thought Des caught the football, Jason Garrett was able to walk out. Fans weren't mad at him. Yeah. Last year, fans were mad at Mike McCarthy. 14 penalties.
You can't let that happen again.
You last play like a part. Now you give him one of them. Yeah, you could be in trouble. But if you just lose and you're playing your best football and you just get beat by a good, then I think you can live with that.
What if it's in the wild card? Like you played a good game, but you lose in the wild card.
It depends on what team you playing in the wild card. Because you could run into a Tampa in the wild card. You could run into a Los Angeles Rams in the wild card.
You think it'll be enough? Like let's say we ran into a Tampa or like a Rams or something like that in the wild card, and we end up losing 21-17. Good game.
I think it's big picture. I think how you perform during the regular season matters as well. Right?
And here's a quick question. Here's a quick thing. What if you are the wild card and you don't win the division and you're there? It depends. How this thing goes down is going to be very interesting. We got to take our second break. We run out of time. All right, Roquan Smith. Let's have that talk. Okay? Let's have that talk, and it's going to be quick for me. Let's get into the next. Roquan Smith.
You don't love Roquan?
That's not. I'll explain. Barry Church, Danny McCray, New Scruggs Players Lounge, right here on DallasCowboys.com radio.
With Smoothie King's original Angel Food and new Angel Food Slim without added sugar, you no longer have to choose between treating yourself and hitting your goals this summer. You don't have to choose between great taste and feeling great. Because at Smoothie King, every blend is made with whole fruits and no syrups, so you can satisfy your cravings without compromise. The only choice you will need to make is which one is best for you. Try our classic Angel Food or the new Angel Food Slim, blended without added sugar. Smoothie King. Rule the day.
Attention Cowboys fans looking for the best shave of your life. There's a new official razor of the Dallas Cowboys, Shave Logic. Imagine not having to buy blades as often and getting more smooth shaves than your old razor, guaranteed or your money back. After more than 10 years of research and over 150 company patents, Shave Logic is proud to offer Cowboys fans a special offer. For a limited time, visit shavelogic.com and get a free $10 gift card with your purchase. Go to shavelogic.com now for more smooth shaves guaranteed.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a broken traffic light. Stop and go is the name of my game. It's easy. You go, they go. Or was it they go, you go? And if you have the wrong car insurance, these repair costs could stop you in your tracks. So get Allstate's new low auto rate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Not available in every state based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
We paid how much for those lessons?
Shh, she's doing great.
Oh yeah, totally. Can you pass me a Pepsi Zero Sugar? Great job, honey! Oh, look at that. That's not the end.
No way. Now it's time for the encore.
You know what? You're right. 5 times? Not enough times.
For everyone who traded in rock concerts for their kids' recitals, you've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar. That's what I like.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Are you a Cowboys fan who spices up the game? Nominate yourself or a friend to be the Cowboys Fan of the Year, presented by Captain Morgan, and win a trip to Super Bowl 57 in Arizona. Nominate today at DallasCowboys.com/Fan of the Year. Danny McCray, Barry Church, Newey Scruggs. This is the Players Lounge. By the way, you can also find us on Spotify for your podcast. Wherever you go for your podcast, you can find us there. Please, 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 please subscribe. We need to get the numbers up here. Boss man Derek, Dog Team, like, what y'all doing? What's going on? So help some brothers out.
No doubt.
Help 3 amigos out.
We'll take three amigo Negroes.
That's what it is, baby.
Yes, we're trying to stay on the air. So, Roquan Smith, it says he's done with the Bears. Wants to trade me. No, pay me, trade me.
He don't even want the bread either.
Hey man, look.
He must want to get up out of there quick.
That's fine.
Who want to be in Chicago?
Good luck. Good luck, but he's not going to be a Cowboy.
What made you say that?
First off, they want compensation.
Okay. They ain't giving nothing. Yeah.
Okay, they're gonna be looking for a first-round pick and what does he want?
Yeah, because they're gonna have to break him off.
He wants a bag.
Yeah.
So, just think of it this way. So you're gonna give up a number 1 and change for Roquan, give him the bag. Trayvon Diggs needs a bag. CeeDee Lamb's gonna need a bag. Michael Parsons is going to need a bag the year after that.
Diggs, you said Diggs in there?
Diggs.
Yeah.
Then Dak's going to have to re-up. Who pays? Because at this point in time, you're going to have to pay Parsons. And you know, when these guys go to Jerry, they just not going, hey, man, I'll take 70% of the highest guy. They coming for we want the highest paid.
I want the highest paid
right.
end
highest
of the game.
paid. Right. Zach Martin, highest paid.
And if I'm Parsons, I'm saying I'm a defensive end. I ain't no linebacker. I'm a rush end.
Travis Frederick, highest guy.
I made a new position, as a matter of fact.
I'm the LT position.
Yeah, exactly.
So who pays, really think about it, who pays 2 linebackers in the NFL?
Nah, you ain't going to get it. Not anymore, at least, yeah.
Where do we see anybody paying 2 linebackers big money?
Nah, that's why Tampa had to draft one and then pay one. They ended up getting Devin White, and then they had
Levante Davis in there.
You may pay 2 defensive ends. We're looking at the Chargers, practice the Cowboys. You got Joey Bosa, you got Khalil Mack. But we're talking about two linebackers. And you can say, well, he's an edge, he's a combo. But still, at the end of the day, I don't see that happening. The Cowboys have other needs. Roquan Smith, great player. But the benefit is when you draft him. Once you got to pay him, or then you pay him and you got to give up the money.
Slippery slope right there. I'm with you, though.
We can't afford to give up no first anyways.
Yeah. I mean, plus you got Barr there, too.
Because it could be used for other things.
And you are correct. You are correct. Camp MVP so far for me, it's Micah Parsons. Just drop the mic and go.
That's it.
Yeah.
He's been impressive. He's been extremely impressive. Go ahead.
And you guys know, you can't touch the quarterback. Can't get near him. So when the quarterbacks know that, even though they still throwing, they still acting like they're completing the play, and he gets mad at that, boy.
He still act like they got a big game. He probably, I wouldn't be too.
So one time he's on the ground. He looks at Coach McCurley. He's like, "I'm on the ground for a reason. I'm just not here. It's like I just laid out here by myself. Come on, call something here." So it was, man. He's
okay. Give us
really
a number 2 though, because I think we all,
he gonna be the best player on the squad. Yeah.
Whatever field he steps on, he's likely going to be in the running for the best player or the best player. So who else we got?
See, you guys say it like that, but man, to me that matters.
No, it does. I'm saying,
I need my best guy to be I need you to be my Luka.
But in fairness to keeping it interesting,
who's your second? Who's your second camp MVP?
I didn't even thought about it like that because we just checked it off and left.
That's why we want to know who else you can mention.
We'll
we don't
come back.
Just mention him every time.
We'll come back.
I'm Anthony Brown.
I'm
Anthony Brown. Based off what I've been hearing, clips I've been seeing, and I have to believe the collective on this, the guy's having an outstanding camp. And I'm also tagging on how he had the season that he had and how he picked up where he left off. No drop off. Just continuing to get better. It's easy for guys to have a season like he had last year and then come into training camp and think that you know it all and don't focus on getting better.
Yeah.
And he's continuing to get better. All right. So yes, Micah Parsons, I'm sure, because it's Micah Parsons. But if I'm giving it to somebody excluding Micah, I got to give it to AB, man.
All right, well, you went defensive as well. I'm gonna go to undrafted route, man. This guy might not be the most impressive guy out there getting. But the way he's climbed the depth chart, I gotta think that's impressive to me. And that's Dennis Houston, the wide receiver. I mean, like I said, he went from undrafted. He's hopping over guys that were drafted the year above him. He's running with the ones. He got a chance to be on this roster and actually make some plays for this team early on in the season. So to me, that's extremely impressive, being an undrafted guy, already getting praise from your quarterback, saying how he's in the right place at the right time every single time. He's becoming that kind of a security blanket to Dak Prescott. And for him coming undrafted like that, I think that's extremely impressive. So I'm going to go Dennis Houston on this one.
By the way, CeeDee Lamb not practicing against the Chargers. Foot issue, according to Michael Gelkin of the Dallas Morning News. They say it's not serious. But they're saying he's, keeping the hands active, so he's catching some balls, but not going to go today.
His toe hurt. Don't even get out there.
Big dog.
No toe, no foot, and you got a little skin hanging out. Don't even go out there. Don't go out there. We'll see you week 1.
So now you made me think. Thank you guys for going around. So you gave me some time to think. Dalton Schultz. Okay. Dalton Schultz he's looked good. He's where he needs to be. You clearly see the Dak Prescott trusts him. And this is something you two know, having been in contract situations. It could be tough going out there when you feel like you've done your part. The team always says, we're family, you take care of me. And then they don't give you the contract you want. He wasn't happy about it. He addressed it once, said he wasn't going to do it again, and he's been a pro.
That's true. And I can understand why, he's salty. Because I'm sure all the coaches, man, dog, you doing a heck of a job about doing everything right. Why aren't you guys paying me? Somebody's saying contrary to what y'all are saying out there. Because y'all ain't gave me the bag yet. But
he got a bag. He got the bag he wants.
He ain't get the top-notch bag.
Me as a,
to us, that's a hell of a bag. I'd have been good with it.
Because mine went the opposite. They was like, we taking something from you. All right? We taking something from you. Okay? You okay with that? So I feel you, Dalton, man. Go out there and ball, bro. But you got a bag. Like you ain't get no bag.
Okay with that?
He didn't do the sit-in like Derwin James did the sit-in until he got paid.
Said you okay with that?
Last thing here, we'll get out of here with this. Cameron Dicker, who was a very good kicker at the University of Texas, got cut by the LA Rams. I'm raising my hand to say they need to go call the young man, and since he's there in California, they need to go ahead and call him and run up on down the road and go ahead and get a look at the young man. Yeah. Because the kicking situation is scary, guys.
Wouldn't hurt.
No, I'm just telling you right. I watched it. You're like,
have we seen Maher out there yet? Is Maher?
I said what I said.
Dang.
And you was right the last time you said what you said.
You ain't lying. No,
scared, bro. Scared.
Like if it come down to a field goal,
everybody
for it.
Mike gonna be going for it a lot. Gonna go for it a lot.
At the 20-yard line,
we going for it. Ain't no extra point. We 2-point conversion every time.
4th and 8. Let's go for it.
Down by 2.
Mike, we on the 25. I don't give a damn. Go in there. It's that bad.
Now, Bones gonna run a fake or something. It's all right. It's gonna work one time.
Hey, it's not good.
That's true.
You should be scared. Man. Be scared.
How do you let it get to this point?
But you see guys, people are starting to invest in kickers now, bro. They drafting guys high. They paying guys. So, because they know.
So the LSU guy was one you could have got. They didn't do. But Dicker had a really good career at Texas. I'm not saying he's Justin Tucker, but he was good at Texas. I would give him a look. I would give him a look. They could try with Liam Hajrullahu if they want to, but I'd be giving Cameron Dicker a look with Brett Maher. That's just me. But this thing's got to get solved. I don't feel good about it. No one should feel good about it. The operation in Denver, while Hajrullahu missed the kick, that thing was bad too. Jake McQuaid, that's supposed to be Fossil's guy. Wasn't clean, so they got to work on this thing here.
2 guys. Fossil them brought in.
Shout out to LP.
All right. He is Barry Church. That is Danny McCray. I'm Newey Scruggs. Players Lounge. Follow us on Spotify. Everywhere you get your podcast at. Tell your friends about it. We get some numbers up here, baby. Get some numbers up here. We will talk to you in 2 days, Friday. Let's do it again Friday, 1 o'clock.
Let's do it.
All right. Be well.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.